So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Redstone Quarry podcast, episode 45. I'm not sure if I messed up the intro there. Whatever, let's get into this. We want to do it fast. Okay, all of you guys get 1 second to introduce yourselves. Go.
Hey, it's me, Enemy.
Hey, it's me, Raph.
Raf.
I'm
Niels. You guys don't get the concept. Anyway, Yewe is
Wout.
here, so we can do this. Yes.
You should
Oh yeah,
introduce
I'm
yourself.
Wout. Thank you. I'm trying to do things fast because Yewe isn't here. As you can tell, like, we're going super duper fast, and I'm messing stuff up. Anyway, let's go into the follow-up. First comment. Now we can finally hear Macro's voice again. Yes, but not anymore. He's gone.
Yeah. And also not for long.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should quickly mention this because Max. I think Macro mentioned this in his caption. I don't think it's private. I guess. But as you probably noticed, Macro hasn't really been here. Well, he has been quite absent for quite a lot since the school year started again. That's because he's in college this year and it's quite busy for him. And well, I can only speak for myself, but I can do for that. But regardless of that, like he won't be here.
And
For-
Wout, you live close by to your school.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why I
Really?
recorded week after week. I toughened the French hilly winds and the
What?
the
I thought
like,
you're in Belgium.
days.
Yes,
It was that 1 week. You
No,
know,
he's in
when I
Waffleland.
had crappy quality, probably.
Oh,
And I went to
okay.
London and I had to endure 2 podcasts in a week, and I also had to do podcasts during my exams of June when I was struggling with philosophy exams and then algorithms and such. And I toughened all of that, and Spock can't even handle a week of college. No, just kidding. Anyway,
Oh.
that's why. Moving on probably because I wasted too much time. Also, is Niels' texture pack available somewhere? I think we should mention this for everyone. That's a comment
Yeah,
by.
multiple people have asked, and what you can see in the background footage, I'm using my selection of
makes a
resource
texture.
packs, and I have multiple of them. And the one I made myself, you can download that. I provided a link
I'll link it.
there. But other parts of it are from enemies improvements, old cannon improvements, and melon head. 'Cause melons are
Okay.
fancy.
Yeah, so it's basically Niels improvements on enemies, improvements on cannons improvements.
My improvements are just a standalone. It's not an improvements on the improvements.
No,
just-
okay then.
Improvements in another section.
Well, anyway, we should probably move on to Yeba's comments. Only 2 of them this week, well, except for like replies and such. I think
Next
about the
week
title
it
would
will
have
be.
been. I think about the title would have been Niels' least favorite episode. I think that's very accurate, of course.
Yep.
But however, it didn't really fit the title this week. I think
I quite like the title.
I also like the title.
Lately the titles have,
No,
They have
they're nice.
and
but they're very
it's in the
nice.
beginning sometimes you had insert title, and that's just. I do not like those titles. So in that way, last week was good.
Yeah,
There was
for some reason Niels doesn't hate the current titles as much as he used to. Oh well. Then the
Oh, this-
second comes. Oh yeah,
Otis is getting better at making titles and all of this. He's
they're still completely
professionalizing.
irrelevant, but they have something more to them than the old irrelevant titles. So, well, not completely
That was
irrelevant.
just, I don't know, insert title here. That's all fine.
I think it was like episode 10, right?
Yeah, that's
Um,
it's
okay.
the worst.
Oh well. Anyway, apart from that, this episode is only 1 hour 80 minutes long. Why did you complain about length all the time? We had plenty of time for the stuff you did this week. Well, you don't know that when you're recording.
And also, we said that earlier. I think at least I'm trying to have it between 1 hour 20 and 1 hour 30, something like that. That's what I prefer to have it as. So
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna
last
do Wubbi's
week it
comments
was
first.
perfect for that.
Oh, we're still talking about the time. You have to can't leave that past, Niels. We have to go fast because he is.
Okay, fast.
No, just kidding.
120 kilometers an hour,
yeah.
or even
N-
faster.
Niels likes to like not have them be too long. I guess partially because for editing, but also just he likes to go for the quality, and I think most of us are kind of indifferent to it. So the way it goes.
Not that the editing takes that much longer for longer stuff. It's just whenever it's getting longer, kind of getting more sleepier.
That's why I say the
That's-
stuff with big pauses in between, so it takes more time. No.
Well, if you have too much time in between, then the script
Oh yeah,
will
that
see.
gets yeah.
Let's just
Sometimes we
minimize
are
the
just
time
have
of
these
it.
awkward silences, and the script skips that, so it makes us seem like very social individuals.
Mhm.
Well, in fact, we're
Or
not.
whenever Oh wait, it's just 5 seconds of silence and nobody says anything.
Unless we don't
No,
know, like,
it's
are we
just
done with this topic, or
oh,
is
just
anyone still
have
gonna say
just
something?
1 second of breathing with your microphone not activated. Yes.
Okay, so Robitobi has a comment. Maybe we should choose a Creative Commons license for our profile picture so nobody steals the idea.
Can you
I'm
comment
wondering if
just
I'm wondering if
at
you could do that,
a name?
like copyright on something this kind of style.
I don't think you can do a copyright on such a thing. You can have it as
I've
a
heard that Apple has.
trademark, maybe.
Well, the thing is, I've heard that Apple has
Well-
copyright on smartphones with like, rectangular smartphones with curvy
Rectangular
edges.
smartphone with curvy edges.
Is that true? Okay, I heard it.
Not
Yes.
curvy,
So
curved.
maybe it's possible if you have
different.
enough money for it, I guess. I don't know.
I don't. Maybe you can have a trademark on just
Or
a
actually,
name
maybe it's
because
trademark. I'm
that's
not
what
sure.
it is. But a
Yeah.
copyright on just your name
Yeah, I
in
think I meant a trademark.
Arial in red underlined. I don't know if you
Italic,
can.
italic,
Italic,
and
sorry,
blue for Roby.
Yeah, and a capital letter though. I don't know if you can really have a copyright
I'm
on
not even
that.
sure if it's Arial, to be honest. Oh well. Anyway, about the
I
podcast
just
this week.
guessed
Oh,
that. 'Cause
sorry,
No, you cannot
it's
copyright
one of
the
the
Latin
defaults.
alphabet.
Maybe it's
Probably.
Calibri.
I don't know.
Whatever.
About the podcast this week was, I don't know, looked a bit messy, at least to me. It was. Too much Elytra? Yes. No quotes that are Googleable? No. You have 2 quotes in there. You can. The first one, I think, what was it again? What book was it from again? Oh no, it was a game. Oh right, that was from RuneScape. Oh sorry, yeah. Just kidding, it's not from RuneScape. Anyway.
You could have better just ignored it. It would have been better.
No, I just had to make that joke. It's not from RuneScape. That's your hint. But
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, you
maybe
can
it
also
actually
choose that-
is.
yes. Anyway, I was just trying to throw you off. It will take you guys even longer now. But the first one should be findable. I actually found it on the internet, but it's not just like you can't Google it. Let's put it that way. But I did quote
Maybe
it
you
on the
can
internet.
DuckDuckGo it or Bing it.
I don't know. I only checked Google, but the other ones will probably give the similar results. It won't be easy to find. I'm pretty sure it's hard to Google, but I think you can find on the internet, and I think that's easy enough. The last one is not on the internet, so that's just really, really hard. I think you would actually have to go out of the way to buy
It's a
it, but-
quote from
but-
Wout's neighbor.
It's not that personal.
Something about said in 6th grade, but like I guess.
I told you it's
same
from a
thing.
book, and I would just, I think the book at least would have sold a couple of thousand copies. That's not a lot. In fact, it's not too much. I mean,
Well, do
It's-
you
it's
really?
deep.
It was a Dutch book, right?
yeah, see,
Wout's
so it's
secret
not that.
diary.
So do you really
interesting.
think we have that many Dutch viewers?
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like a
listeners?
final boss. Like no one's
It-
ever gonna do it. And in fact, I think it's very interesting. If it almost like is bit symbolical combined with the content of the quotes and the context of it. The fact that no one's gonna ever find it probably. Oh well, I found that interesting, so that's why I actually chose it, and I thought it was just very fitting for the last one, or just quote number 10. But yeah, sorry, dude. For now, you can still do quote number 9. I think you have enough time.
Would there be a prize if someone guesses code 10?
I would I have a lot of respect for the person who finds that.
Like
Or
you
so
would
it's like-
send them a
No,
sneaker.
I would
something.
have respect for like the action. I don't think I would necessarily respect the person themselves, but I would find it interesting, very cool if someone did that. I know. Is there anything else we need to say about that?
I think we can move on.
Yeah.
Okay. So last comment from this week. I think we should discuss this.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Creeper basically. Anyway, Ralph, you don't say a lot. You talk. Mr. Creeper's comments.
Mr. Creeper said, wait, Valve was worth that. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed too. Good thing that we
Thanks.
share our disappointment. Also, I never pay attention to show notes. Not off with me, but it would
Ralph, no one can understand.
why am I slurring? But it would be perfectly fine with you guys not doing the extra work. Thanks for the feedback. I don't agree. And I enjoy the
Oh,
show
which
notes. It's a
Ralph,
great
that comment
service.
ended there. You can't talk.
But-
Teaching Ralph about stuff. But thanks for the feedback came from me, and the I don't agree came
Yes.
from Mango, but he didn't
Yes.
mention that.
Correct. Then Valve responded,
You don't have
also
to read the
thanks for
entire
the
chain.
feedback.
That's too much reading. I just whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the thing is, I very much like feedback. So I think it's good to know PBS well aware as possible of the situation. and
Even
then
though
act
maybe not
accordingly.
everyone uses the show notes, whenever I'm watching someone on YouTube and someone mentions something and they have no link to it, I find that annoying when I want to
Well,
click on it.
I don't actually have any plans of removing the show notes. I just thought it was I just like to hear it from Mr. Creeper because I think it's useful to know if people are using them. But I know Mano is using them, and apparently Manga also uses them. And yeah, he also does it to a minor extent if he doesn't know somebody, he said. So yeah, you are still using them. Also, I think maybe for crediting reasons that we should do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's good to know if people are using them. So I thank Mr. Creeper for informing us on that part. I think it's gonna be all
Okay.
the comments for this week. Yes, Ralph?
I have a question for the commenters. Does anyone apart from me use the audio downloads that are provided?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
actually also an interesting question. But Niels can actually check that, I suppose.
No, I cannot. But
Oh,
last
okay.
last week or 2 weeks ago, someone said that he listened to it on the train or something like that, and he used the audio downloads.
That's awesome. It's not a useful service.
But the thing is, on Google Drive, I cannot really track statistics about that.
Media fire. Oh, well.
Yeah, well then I have to move everything. I don't know. It's
No,
all,
I
it's-
get it.
That
You don't want to
sounds-
stick with the Google Drive.
I have
Also,
to.
personally, I have a
upload 5
feeling
gigs.
that if I would have to bet, I think Google Drive actually has a longer lifetime out of it. But that's just my current guess.
What do you
Regardless, I
mean
hope
longer
it goes-
lifetime? Where the server stays up for longer? or-
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't like thinking about it, but at some point, MediaFire is probably gonna like. go
Mediafire
down.
has been around for a long time already.
I don't know. Like,
Mediafire has been like around since I started using the internet in like 2006.
Yeah.
Really?
Mediafire
Like-
was there, and it looked the absolute
I only knew
same.
about it since like 2012ish when I like started getting to Minecraft custom maps and like had to constantly download these.
When I made
things.
my YouTube channel, and that was a little bit over 5 years or something. No, wait, 5. A little bit over 6 years now, I think. It was there.
Okay, well, I don't know. We'll
Let me
see.
just
I just
check the
hope I don't
exact date.
actually ever have problems with it, but I mean, at some point, unfortunately, I mean, we're still quite young. We still have lots of internet life out of us. So
If using a
Definitely
free
change.
service like Google Drive to have those audio downloads, yeah, it's different. We could also have them being hosted on Squarespace site or how was
yeah,
it
but
called? Some other big podcasting.
then we would have to sustain it
Uh,
ourselves. So that's another
yeah.
question. Yeah.
You have to pay $5 and then you can upload so many megabytes a month. And everything that you already uploaded will be available for unlimited downloads or something like that it was.
Yeah, but you shouldn't
But
just
I don't know.
So
Would it really be worth it to pay $5?
I think we would.
And-
The current
Not at
Google
this
solution is
point.
good.
Not
Uh,
at this
Especially
point.
considering I don't expect that many people to use the audio files.
Yeah.
I just hope YouTube stays alive for a long time.
The
so
thing
at
about
least
that,
we'll see
then
what's
yeah,
on
you
there.
can submit it to iTunes, but I don't know how many listeners that,
Oh well,
because
we should
it's
probably-
quite a specific topic we're
True.
talking about.
For one, they've uploaded making Meet the Developer video for the story mode, which no one cares about still.
Also, it was
Um,
released this week. We should probably mention that.
Yeah, also was released. No, it was released last week. Actually,
Really?
Yeah, I mentioned it last week.
No, I think
But
it was a trailer. I think a trailer said it was.
No.
like,
It
October
was
1st,
actually
No,
it was
I
released.
tried to
It was released last
beforehand.
week. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm looking this up. But continue talking.
And also, snapshot 15W42.
Enemy, you're a liar.
X.
Available to download 10.13.15. That means 13th of October, right? Yes, that was this Tuesday. I
Yeah.
told you.
That was just
Ha. Anyway, you get to. Anyway, that's the first episode, of course. That's
Whatever.
still 4 more to come.
Okay,
probably.
so yeah, it's released now. They made a video, but still no one cares.
I think
I
people-
do.
I think Bombers or something played it or was gonna play it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like
I'm not that interested myself, but I'm not as critical of it as some
but like
people.
it's not interesting. Like hey, no, it's like the whatever.
Well, the thing is, like,
Uh,
people in the comments of Mojang's channel just like hating on them, like looks that bad. Like,
it's
I
so
didn't expect that.
pixely.
like, if you look at Mojang comments, like people say YouTube comments are bad, but they're always just sometimes you see like actual criticism, like properly, but usually it's just freaking negativity without any content to it. I mean, you know all of the autumn comments already, but like apart from that, you also have tons of other just random. Like, I really wonder what comments I'm gonna get if the Redstone panel ever gets uploaded, because that's gonna be nasty. Oh well.
I think the bigger question is when does it get uploaded?
Yeah, but that's probably more important because then actually someone like if you're going to Minecon 2016, think about it. Panels may not get uploaded for like half a year. You may want
Just
to
bring your camcorder with you and record everything.
no, and check the batteries. That's what Norwegian didn't do.
Yes, check
Well,
the batteries.
I'm still flabbergasted that no one in that audience recorded. I mean, I'm not like I'm blaming Norwegian. I just sucked that his his batteries were dead and false symmetry. Only had enough battery life to like record like a couple of intros, I think,
Just
and that was everyone basically. So yeah.
go there with I don't know 6 guys and
like I had
go
enough
to
camera
every
light.
panel and have
Just
a
bring your
camera
own
at every
camera crew.
panel and make your own videos about it that are way better than Mojang and try to release them within a couple of weeks. And then the year after that, I think you may be able to get there for free and Mojang hires you.
Yes, it's definitely.
Maybe you guys remember when I talked about Star Citizen as like the way
Oh
to do it
no,
right.
not again.
They had their own convention called CitizenCon, and
Yes,
they
the game isn't even out. God damn it.
and they uploaded their panel within the day, and they uploaded an enhanced version a day later or 2 days later.
And
Nice.
the enhanced version is where they edited out the bad parts and stuff.
With better audio and so on, yeah, and better editing. I didn't watch it twice, but like something like that.
You just have to like talk about how superior the game is. Oh well. Should probably move on. So yeah, that's Mojang news this week, and we don't like. Oh wait, we don't still have
Maybe we
snapshots.
actually should talk
Yeah.
about the snapshot. Yeah, might be not bad.
I always love the snapshots. That's why I've played on exactly one for like less than an hour. Go ahead, enemy.
What was the changelog for this week?
Changelog for this week was
Fixed a bunch of bugs, optimized a bunch of blocks, and jank from a bunch of jugs. And also like 6 actual points.
Yeah, but of these 6 actual points, 4 of them are kind of the same, which because they're like all about the new enchantments that you can get now. They added 2 new enchantments. They're called Mending and Frostwalker. Frostwalker actually has 2 levels, Frostwalker 1 and 2, as you might have guessed.
What's the difference?
Release, I guess, right?
Frostwalker basically it's a boot enchantment, and when you have it on your boots, it will freeze water, so you can walk on water like Jesus. And it will not actually replace it with ice. It will put frost blocks there that will melt over time.
Oh my god, I didn't know Jesus did it like that.
Well,
that was a boring joke.
And Frostwalker 2 increases the radius.
And the difference is Frostwalker 1 has a radius of 5 blocks and Frostwalker 2 has a radius of 7 blocks.
One question though, why would you use that when you have if you have water, you can use Depth Strider and speed, and you're faster.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
I think it's just made for coolness, and also, however, I think I'm going to talk about a video by Ray in a bit.
It's excluded. It's excluded from Depth Strider, so it's like Silk Touch and Fortune and a Pick. You can't have both.
Sure.
Can't you put them?
Kind of
I don't know.
useless.
Okay.
You sure?
Even if you can, then it wouldn't make any sense.
It would actually, because of the way the mechanics work. Ray showed some stuff in this video. Like it only works if you're standing on blocks, and there's these kind of blocks and blah 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 blah. So you could still swim. You can still swim through the water perfectly fine with frost walker boots. Anyway, so yeah, that's that effect. Also, we should probably mention that the ice actually melts if it's exposed to sunlight, I believe.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's quite important to note. So like you don't just get stuck with the ice forever. However, it can of course like if you do this run around with this in the sugarcane farm, yeah, that's not gonna be nice.
So basically, if this is farmable, we're going to see a splash in cheap ice farms.
Actually, you cannot mine it.
Well, for now the item is buggy as far as I know. Like all of those I got from Ray's video, so maybe mistaken.
It will drop an entity that is invisible, or the item.
Yeah, and apparently
if you relog, a stone block will appear there.
And apparently, if you try to suck it into a hopper resets, the game crashes. So snapshots, people, experimental to get your backups, I guess, or like a separate world. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about Travis video in a second or something.
Yeah, before that, let's just mention
Other
the
stuff.
other enchantment. The other enchantment is called Mending, and it allows you to repair tools or armor that you have it on when equipped, to repair them with XP, where 1 XP is 2 durability, if I'm not mistaken, which is,
I
in
recall
my
written quote.
Only
opinion,
one
very...
XP level, no? Or
Expensive.
There's
or
only
like
one
what?
level.
Oh, so not actually 1 point. Okay, sure.
And
But yeah, you
the interesting thing about those 2 enchantments, those are treasure enchantments. That means that you cannot get them from enchanting. You can only find them in dungeons, like border dungeons or end cities and rare fortresses, stuff like that.
I'm wondering, can you
Minecraft.
get them from trading?
You can get them from fishing and you can get them from trading, which
Okay.
makes them totally useless in the department of adventure and so on.
If you can get them from
AFK Fish
trading,
Farm.
that's even better than enchanting. Because
Yeah. There's like entirely
yes, to
no
some people it is. Yes.
like,
if you have 3 ways of getting it, the easy way, normal way, and a hard way. You
I would
cannot
say the
do it
AFK
the
Fish
easy
Farm is
way,
the easy way for me, but that's
but
probably different from
no,
you
you
guys.
cannot do it the normal way. You can only do it the hard way or the easy way.
The AFK Fish Farm the normal way? I don't know.
The normal way is enchanting, and the easy way is villages. You cannot get it.
Then where's the Fish Farm?
That's a hard. Nah, that's also easy.
Oh my god,
That's-
Reflex as like something advanced. We have like an AFK Fish Farm.
because
And it's
easy, it's
just-
not advanced. But the reason they made those treasure enchantments is that you actually go out in the world and explore a bit, and not just like sit in your nice little dirt shack you made and enchant
Next
all
to your
day.
villagers and the trading, exploring the new trades.
Yeah, allowing you to trade for them and to fish kind of breaks that point. Like, why would you go to an end city and find your mending book
Yeah,
and
it
just
defeats the
trade for it
purpose.
all the time? And you can trade for 5 emeralds, which is super cheap.
Well, the worst part, if you don't get a mending book, you get a tool or an armored piece with mending on it. You never get a book from loot.
Are you sure that you never get a book, or did you just never find a book
I
yet?
tested actually. I never found a book, and I like looted through. It was I think 15 end cities. I didn't
Maybe
find
it's
a
just
single
bad
book.
luck. Maybe it's bad luck. I don't know what the code looks like, so we can say you had bad luck, but wouldn't count on it. So yeah.
Question: does it auto and repair your stuff, or do you have to click a button to repair it with your levels?
You have to hold it in your hand, and you have to get XP. So if
So
you
Yeah.
have, for
if you're
example,
holding
a
it,
leggings,
it's half broken, and you're holding a sword with mending, and
Yes.
your 12 levels will just go away, and your sword will be repaired.
No.
no, you have to get new XP.
When there's XP on the floor and you're picking it up, and it will check if you have a tool or whatever or armor piece with mending equipped. And when it's equipped, you won't get it to the level bar, but will repair the tool or armor piece, respectively.
Yep.
And the only way I can find use for it is in a wither farm.
Well, it's probably very useful to repair stuff because your repair costs won't go up with that. And then your stuff will stay cheap forever, and you don't need to make new pickaxes anymore at all, ever.
So
Except
we
for the
have
ones you
enough
break.
If
have
you-
enough pickaxes for all the permits we ever want to make.
If you repair them with mending, yes, basically.
I don't even have to get the extra pickaxe.
What I wonder is, can you get? No, you can't probably. You probably cannot get them on like armorers or something or toolsmiths because they enchant stuff. Yeah, you have to trade manually all the time. But yeah,
But, yeah, you get a book with it and you just put it on once.
yeah,
5 emeralds. I think that would be worth it.
definitely. So, mending
then-
big game changer, Frostwalker. Not quite sure. Like
Frostwalk is like it's like those enchantments, Luck of the Sea, Bane of Hearts.
But Luck
those
of the Sea is
enchantments that
actually useful.
they exist, but you never use them.
Bane is actually
Luck of-
not that useful. Luck, actually, yeah, a bit, but still, like, what I don't get is now you have 3 enchantments dedicated for boots. You have Feather Falling, Death Strider, and Frostwalker. You have nothing for pants and for chestplate. Like, they could have made Death Strider on your pants, and it's like, hey, you have swimming pants now, yay! And put Frostwalker on the boots, I guess, because it kind of makes a bit sense. But I just don't like that you have like 3 things for one armor piece, and for the other one it's just like unbreaking.
What
and
would you have on your
protection
pants or
variation.
chestplate?
I don't know. Like if they did Death Strider on your pants, for example, that would have made kind of sense, because like, yeah, they're
But
swimming
you
pants or
You cannot
whatever.
really put Death Strider on your chestplate, can you? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm
Or
not saying Death Strider for
is
chest
it
plate,
for your
but for
arms then
pants
that
maybe.
you can swim faster?
I don't know. Maybe they will come up with another cool enchantment for a chest plate. Maybe.
Because the feet, you walk on them, so in that way they are a little bit special. And head, you breathe with them, so in that way they are special, and you can have.
Yeah, I get the
Difficult.
respiration in Aqua. Aqua Affinity I don't really get why it's in the hammer, but respiration I get.
Aqua Affinity should be on your chestplate then.
It could be. I'm not saying it should be.
If you
it
want
should
to
be,
have
it
it to
would
make
make
some sense,
sense.
because then it's you for your arms and.
Yeah, I guess in that way. But yeah, those were basically. Then there's one other big change in the snapshots, which is that if you want to use a brewing stand, you have to power it with blaze powder now. And the way that works is there's an extra slot, and if it's like the fuel slot in the furnace basically. If it's empty, you don't brew anything.
Can you put stuff into that from the side?
Yes, if you
Yes.
point the hopper into the side and feed blaze powder in there, it will go into the fuel slot. If you feed blaze powder from on top, it will go into the ingredient slot. You can put like 1 hopper for bottles and blaze powder to fuel it and fill it up.
Yep.
So it's still
Also,
automatable.
it's still automatable, but it's going to break a lot of really small brewers.
I think you can easily fix it if you just have a shared spot for the.
Easily fixable, I know.
Yeah, if you
but-
just in the water bottle just remove one water bottle and put a stack of the powder in it, and in the hopper 1 stack of it. I think it's fixed by that. So it will break
Yeah.
them, but
Easily
an
fixable.
easy fix. It's just replacing some items, so I don't think it will be a big of a deal. Just if you don't have a proper blaze rod farm, then yeah.
Then you
Good
shouldn't
luck.
be brewing in a massive scale.
Well, if you just found a stack of blaze rods and you make a couple of brewing stands, you can already brew in mass scale with 64 stands. If you just want speed potions.
Also,
that's
you use 1 blaze powder per ingredient. If I'm not mistaken. Per ingredient you add.
No, that doesn't work like that. It lasts.
not?
I think that's way too much.
Is
Is
it
it?
like coal in the furnace? It lasts for so many ticks, and you can
No.
prove
I
this
think
and this
it lasts
much.
for like one ingredient or 1 potion, something like that. But like 1 potion would be different length depending on how much you add. So I would say it's 1 ingredient. But I didn't play around with the snapshots
Yeah.
at all
I
this
will
week.
have to test how
So,
much.
I don't
one
actually
blaze
know.
powder.
With one
Um,
potion, do you mean 1 complete cycle for potions just for getting from water bottle to speed potion? Or what do you mean with 1 potion?
I think it's 1 ingredient. So like adding the sugar to the awkward potion, for example.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Or that it would last exactly 30 seconds. That would make sense. But if it's like the goal, then not a thing.
Yeah, I have to test that exactly to see how much a blaze
Yeah.
powder lasts.
Was there anything else in the snapshot?
I think that's kind of it, to be honest.
Optimized
Next
a
up.
bunch of blocks
Yeah,
apparently.
I think we already mentioned those 3 very important features. Yeah, basically treasure enchantments, brewing, and some other improvements and bugs which you don't want to talk about.
And no hooks.
Yes, no hacks.
No hacks
except
this time.
blocks. Yeah. Anyway, also we got news from Dinnerbone, which made think about that. About the future of 1.9. I guess you guys also thoughts. No?
I saw
Um,
that. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
If,
okay,
they're
if
so-
you're
almost
referring
done
to the
with
same thing I'm thinking
features,
of.
that they're only going to remove some other features and then call it a version.
They didn't say they called the version. They say I think it would be looks like they were gonna have all the 1.9 features by the end of the month, and then he's gonna work. Dinnerbone's gonna stop Minecraft development for a while, partially for the launcher, partially for other projects he doesn't want to talk about yet. So, guess we'll have to see about that. I guess you guys are a bit disappointed with the amount of stuff we got for over a year of development, technically. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Like-
think half of it wasn't. Was
Party hard, we got money, bros.
Party
Yeah.
hard, we got broken elevators.
What?
Party
Oh,
hard, we got broken shifting floors.
I don't think that I
But
got
then
too
we
much about
get,
that.
That-
but
that
then
ju-
we get like
Didn't that
translocators
just
that I
happen
hope gets in
Well,
that I hope stay in the
this
game.
year. They did this part last half year. They did all of that because in the mode where they didn't do anything, I think they just didn't do anything, and maybe some other stuff, but
well, the thing I kind of like the combat update. If you compare it, for example, to the Redstone update, which didn't take as long, like nearly.
1.4 was end of like Halloween 2012, and then Hasselnet was like end of March. So that's I think 5. I think it's actually like 4.5 or to 5 months.
Yeah,
so-
it's not that long. It's like nowhere close to what it's
And
now for
1.5 was
8, 9.
transformative.
And like the amount of stuff they added there and how it changed Minecraft.
Yeah,
It's,
hoppers
like-
compare just like maybe for the people
Yeah, like-
who weren't there then, like hoppers, comparators, like the droppers.
signal
droppers.
strength. Signal
Yeah,
strength.
signal strength. Well, it was there before, but like all of the analog,
Analog, yeah.
analog stuff. Like,
interaction.
for example, like comparators were added, and there's functions.
Daylight
and
sensors.
you also had the pressure plates and such. You had the sunlight detector and the daylight detector technically.
hopper
yeah.
minecarts. Like all hoppers, it all like
all fancy
that's-
redstone stuff.
I
Yeah,
think. Oh yeah, it also added some other cool stuff, which was also very important, being command block
The other type of
minecarts
chests.
command block minecarts.
and spawner minecarts, which actually revolutionized
Oh yeah,
the
spawn
creator
minecarts.
at the time, but we didn't know until well, kind of 4 months later when Trassander found something out. But that was 1.5. That was just about having the spawner minecarts, I think. Actually, no, it wasn't about that. Just that it was actually also about another feature which basically messed with the way sand and such worked. I think.
But like 1.5
Yeah.
added so many things and changed the game
Yeah,
substantially.
like automation was quite different,
Yeah,
and it happened.
and like if you look at 1.9, it's called the combat update. I don't think like okay.
Is it that different?
changes
Like I didn't
combat,
try it
like,
yet, but I don't hear that. Like...
You cannot spam click anymore. But
Yeah, so
apart
you
from
you have
that,
different like every weapon has its own
Like-
like timing and its own damage. Like Axis hit more than swords now, but
I
don't know.
noticed that when using ender pearls, they have this weird
well,
barcode
yeah.
countdown.
Yeah, 1 second cooldown.
Yes, we don't like that either, but we're not gonna remove that. That's not combat.
like
So.
with the combat, like they didn't add like any new cool weapons. They didn't add like a harpoon or a spear or whatever. They just
Or a
changed
tank. Like the German.
or a tank.
they just
Does
jokes
anyone
sometimes.
like the new boats that look like they are flooded?
I don't have a problem with them because I didn't try them. Like I don't know a lot about stuff. Just I already said that, but
That
Maybe
like
you guys
that's
should explain.
basically a pocket edition port. Like I'm not too impressed that that doesn't have anything to do with combat. Like for the combat part, like they added all these fancy arrows, which I don't know how to craft or if you can craft them in survival now. Does it
Think
like
so.
like a bit? To me, it feels a bit unfinished. It's like, hey, let's start this. Oh, I'm
And they
bored.
work with Infinity, which is super OP.
Yeah, like I'm not too
impressed.
yeah. Like okay, you added a
It-
bunch of
it-
potion arrows, but like
In the beginning, there was combat related stuff, and then there just was some miscellaneous stuff, and fits a bit with it.
Maybe if you like when you compare like the combat update to the how what the Redstone update did for the Redstone community, like the combat update for like combat related stuff.
Enemy knows a
Eh.
lot about the PvP community. He's on Hypixel every day. Unlike
Yeah,
me,
because
I'm not like I'm on Hypixel right now, right?
like I just feel it's like not that big of a leap, and like if you expect a huge combat overhaul, you might be a bit like let down, for example, or something like that.
For example.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, hey, we have entities with like shulkers, which are the mob no one cares about because it doesn't drop anything and can
I'm
be
sorry,
avoided.
enemy. Did you hear about the other mob? No one cares. Like, I think there's one mob we all know is way less.
Yeah, no one
Interesting
cares
than the
about
shulker.
endermites anyway, but like,
Nor
You're waiting for
bats.
it.
At least you can.
or
At least you can use.
bats.
Not
At
just
least you can
bad.
use endermites for like
Nah, bats are nicer than
stupid
endermites.
cheap
Endermites are
and
just there's nothing nice about them.
No, but like the thing with the shulkers is, if you like if they think, yeah, okay, you're gonna have this cool new PvE experience when you play Minecraft. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, okay, they read the end find that's like not boring anymore, at least not as boring, and you can respawn it. But I don't think they changed respawning to the final thing at all yet. Like, it's been a while, but they never changed it as far as I know. So it's like still this like make a
it's-
clay creeper face thing. But yeah, like when you're playing normal survival, not fighting against any other players, your overall experience didn't change that much. Like strongholds are still not really like worth a fight or something. Like, oh, you have like a silver spawner. Whoa. Like,
Enemies
oh,
very
library
impressed.
with cobwebs. Ooh, spooky.
You can find a chest and you make with stuff. You can find ender pearls or maybe a
like,
diamond.
just overall the dungeons in Minecraft are like not really challenging like the dungeons in like CTMs or something where it's like, ooh, you go in there and you're fighting for something. No, it's like you go in there, ooh, a chest, walk around the corner, ooh, I'm lost, walk a bit further, ooh, a portal, ooh. It's like
Enemies not impressed with
there's
the
not like not this
generation and
big
such.
thll and like.
But
There's
enemy,
just
like,
two
was
types
there ever
of
supposed to be a big
dungeons
thrill
at the
about
moment.
strongholds? Like, I don't get
Yeah,
your
no,
point
but
anymore.
like this the thing with end cities is like, oh, with the combat update, I hoped that they would like revamp all the dungeons and so on, make it a bit more interesting to fight that stuff and so on. And okay,
I'm
they
very
made
happy
the
they didn't revamp
skeletons
it
a
all
bit
because
better.
all dungeon tech. But oh,
Yeah, like
that's
the
probably gonna get broken
generation
anyway.
would-
But
yeah, but overall, I
moment,
just don't
it's-
think it's like the big leap that we all hoped for. At least that's how I see it.
at the moment it's
Oh,
just
and
like
don't
a
forget
couple of
grapples.
dungeons, just the normal one, and like the skeleton spawner or the zombie spawner or whatever, the one Wout likes a lot. And there is
well, you can also do spider one, I
a
guess.
bit more advanced, like the stronghold and the fortress. But enemy, I
also-
think you're saying you
the
want
new-
a third tier of difficulty
Well,
for
like
You want the
dungeons.
OP hardcore mode,
Well,
blah
like
blah
for
blah boss
the
dungeon.
dungeons, like the NCD should have been like the highest level dungeon because like after you defeat the Ender Dragon, it's like in the like scaling, like probably the last thing you would do out of those three, and and you have the best loot in there as well, so it should be the highest tier, hardest to fight dungeon. But like it's not at all. It's like you go there,
You can pillar up.
you pillar up, you look for the window. Oh, there's a chest. You grab the stuff and you leave because fighting the Shulkers is not that interesting. And
They make you float, enemy. Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like we
but
did that before with command blocks. Got
Like-
the heist.
I don't know. Just like it doesn't seem like this big leap or this cool new dungeon to fight. It's like more of a pain to fight. Like it's not a lot of fun to go there and fight against these things. It's the same with the Guardians. The Guardians are not a lot of fun to fight because
They
either
damage your armor constantly.
you like get damaged, your armor gets damaged all the time, or you try to shoot at them with a bow, which doesn't work at all. And like every time you hit them, you get thorns damage. It's a bit annoying. I actually played a CTM like a week or two back.
And he
That
plays a lot of
that-
CTF.
Oh.
That's not too
where
surprising.
they actually fought against Guardians, and it was also in combination with skeletons underwater. So it's like I don't know. It was. I liked it because that someone made the area for it, like using gardens. But overall, it was kind of a boring area. So I don't know.
I think you think they just included that because I included almost every other mob. I will include them as well.
No, it wasn't that big of a map. It was just like someone tried to use them, or yeah. But if I look at the end city thing, like the interesting things you would go there for is the Elytra. I wouldn't go there for that for the stuff you find in the chests. You don't go there because you get like cool shulker drops that you can farm. Like maybe the end rods. I don't know if they're craftable yet.
Well, they're
But
nice lighting, I guess. So you have
yeah,
to.
they look nice, but that's about it. So
So it's basically like a guardian farm for decoration.
but guardians can actually farm. That you get something from killing a guardian.
Yeah, you get something to decorate your house with.
Yeah, but for
Or your
farming
tunnels.
like killing shulkers makes no sense.
Ah.
There's nothing you can get from killing shulkers.
You know what else doesn't make sense? Asking for a guardian farm switch. Thought you mentioned that.
Okay. Also, I'm done with my rant about dungeons in Minecraft now, so we can move on.
So what's next?
Other news,
Well, yeah, just normal news.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's how it
Ray's video
sounds.
first. So, anyway, I watched a video by Rayworks, going a bit too more into the Frostwalker enchantment. So, basically, just shows a bunch of random applications to ruin and improve your game. Like at some point, it's just like, here's how you ruin a waterfall. You go inside of it, and look, now your waterfall is this big, and ice will melt after a while, and then you have this big waterfall for no reason. So yeah, basically that's that. But it also shows some ways you can use it to basically like, make big bridges easily. He does it in the end, for example, where ice doesn't melt because there's no sunlight. And yeah, basically using a water bucket going back and forth and such, you can do some cool stuff. Anyway, in the beginning, he also explains the precise mechanics. It seems it only, of course, only affects the blocks at your feet at the level you're standing on, and it doesn't only works on blocks which would suffocate mobs otherwise. So it, as example, he shows it doesn't work for glass, but does work for sea lanterns. So I'm not entirely sure what he means with that. Like, I guess it's some kind of
How do you
property.
mean it doesn't work for glass?
If you stand on glass, you actually don't make like this platform around you.
You
That's
have
what
to
I.
stand on water.
No, not on water, like on
Oh.
a block, like stone, or like he shows it with a sea lantern.
Oh,
That's the difference.
yeah.
Or
It
the
has to
frost
be
block.
at the beach area of the sea
Yeah,
or
just
something.
like I think it's just talking about solid like blocks which suffocate mobs. So yeah, a lot of blocks, but not everything. So and like if you're in water, you don't get it under you. Maybe that's the idea they put behind it. They were like, oh, we don't want to have to happen while you're inside of water. I'm not sure.
Makes
Anyway,
sense.
so yeah, you basically need a bit of ice to begin with, and then you can move on. So yeah, that video just showed some interesting stuff, I thought. But it's also just 2 minutes 30, so it's a quick watch. Today's Frostwalker video. I don't know, anything else? Well, what maybe you guys should do one now.
We have other stuff to talk about, but I don't have anything to add to that video.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you guys? I mean, I can also, of course, do another video, but like, I thought we usually just try to alternate. Ralph, maybe you should mention one of the videos from your list.
Well, I only found the videos from manga interesting, both the witch farms and the squid farms.
Oh my god. So yeah, go ahead. I'll direct Chips to sleep. Kidding.
But okay, the witch farms. They use no mechanic that Mojang would fix, because it's not a bug like shifting floors. And there's two designs. One is the slime block sweeper based one, which produces 62,000 items per hour and is directional because of update order.
62,000 items an hour.
You mean 6,200.
6,200. 6,200.
Small
Big
difference.
That would be a bit insane. It's just 10 times taller.
That's what I thought with my door.
Yay.
I laugh my
Okay.
humor is bad this podcast.
I think it's 76% of the efficiency of the witch hut in perfect conditions, which is with command block, like Spire tested once. And there's another design which uses elevating the spawn floors. That produces
Basically shifting
69.
floors,
Upwards.
shifting
Upwards,
floors
yeah.
in the vertical direction.
Yeah, but it's timed. It works by a hopper clock.
Yeah, it's
Not
timed, of course.
detection.
Otherwise, your string would break.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not actually
Um,
sure if the breaking of string is intended, like, or if it's a
I
bug.
don't actually get either. Like, why did they actually implement that? You
I
can only have
think
tripwire
they
over all
implemented
simulator also on
like
sides.
I think that's a bug.
it's a tripwire, and if you break it by hand, it will still go off on the edge. So you know when people is messing with your trap.
Yeah, but I'm
when you're
talking about
making a
just the
secret
fact
trap.
that like you can't.
So
The
if you're
tripwire has to
placing a
go all over solid or all over non-solid blocks. Why? I think that's what
Um,
they meant. Like,
I think
yeah,
that
plus
it's like a
you,
weird.
if it's in PvP and you have your faction base and you have a strength, if someone is trying to bypass it,
Yeah, I know
you
that's
cannot
that's
really
probably why
do
they
that.
did it like that.
That's
Well, you can
why
use
they
yours for that,
did
but
it. I
that's
think.
I,
yeah,
I, rem- I
Yeah.
just remember this like old Minecraft webcomic where when jungle temples came out, and the two players in the jungle temple in front of the lever thing, and it's like there's a trap and there's epic loot in here, and we have like these levers can disarm the trap. The other one's like, okay, so how are we gonna figure out the code? And the other one's just like, oh, let's just mine through the wall.
yeah, it's kind of how it works. Yeah,
And like
it was fun at first, but
I don't know, like I would think that they would intend it to work for that one trap in their dungeon, right? And even there, like I think it doesn't work really.
They have more traps in it.
Yeah, but like
they
they
have
can
basically the
multiple
code and then they
dispensers.
double two tripwires. But you can just bypass
The
all of them by taking
design-
straight down from the entrance, basically. I think.
The design based on floor elevation is 82% efficient, while the shifting floor based ones reach 98 to 99% efficiency.
So yeah, that's actually quite a lot, I
So
guess.
yeah, we can still use soul sand based shifting floors.
Well, we can just hope those still like they're in the latest snapshots, right? Or did I also miss
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
Or
They still
another
work.
simple option: don't update. You don't have to do anything to do that.
Yeah, but
That's
Unless you're
Then you
on
miss out on some
realms,
features.
then
Yeah, if you're Rams, you're always fucked. No matter
then
what.
you, then
Don't
you
you get
just
any choice in
lose
realms, really?
features.
no, it auto updates.
Realms is always most
yeah.
up to date version.
Oh well. DPS
Well-
for the win. You can do whatever you want.
Yay, game stuff.be.
I don't do. Yeah, but that's not the VPS. That's a normal server. Like, well, sorry, that's Minecraft. Like,
I know,
Well.
but at least you got a choice with that.
well, apparently,
Or
I just-
local host. That's great. I always have great ping to that.
yes, the server hosting tips with Niels. But yeah, no, actually, I
Some
read
other
through-
people may complain, but I have perfect.
Like
It's
1
like
millisecond ping.
instant. Yeah, it's. Or this other server, the IP was 192.0 to 168.0 dot
79.
14, I think. That server also had great ping.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
a couple of tips.
Okay. Anyway, no, I was actually thinking more of like DigitalOcean stuff because it
Anyone
turns out
have-
apparently I can get some free credit on there using students stuff basically. Yay.
You can do your student stuff to buy a Minecraft server at your school.
Well, no. Apparently, if I link it to my student email, then I can get $100 of worth of credits on DigitalOcean.
Euros, I think.
Sorry, it's actually I have to link it on to my GitHub account. Apparently, I can use that to get stuff on DigitalOcean. Don't ask me how. Yeah, that's and actually I could also maybe with a lot of convincing get it done using some other email accounts from family and such, and possibly friends, and
Is
get
your
like hundreds
school
of
paying
codes.
for it then?
I don't know.
So you're also using your
I don't-
government money,
I
not
don't
just
actually have
for
a
dungeon
clue.
generator, but also for.
The whole dungeon generation thing is up in the air, to be honest. I said that from the beginning. Oh well, no, but I'm not sure if this or it could just be DigitalOcean saying, "Hey, we're gonna invest in these people because we can then get them on
Get
board
better
later on."
dungeon generator.
No, get them on board later on and have them pay what they used back. I don't know.
I think that having that you can do the dungeon generator, you can learn your skills and improve them, and those might come in handy later, and then
Yeah,
it's still a good investment.
I know
in
what.
the end.
I'm just going to do a PhD myself, and then I'm gonna hope I'm at like an as liberal
PhD
research
about
group.
about dungeon
No, it
generators?
would be something boring computer science just so I can have access to these epic
Dungeon
servers.
generators.
Epic servers.
The
so-
F
In
class.
real life.
Yes. No, just be like, I'm gonna write. I'm gonna spend 5 years researching the limitations of A star. I don't know. I'm just saying something. Don't think they would really.
Guys, look,
to
if
say
we
about
push
that.
this mega crane to this unknown planet, just push it there. It's really strong. Then maybe
What
we
the
can
hell?
get infinite bones from there for
How did
free.
How did it get
Yes.
here? What are we talking about even?
We're
Real
talking
life
about
dungeon
I
generators?
think we kind of got off track here. Um,
Uh, yeah, I think we started at witch farm tutorial, not tutorials,
yes, and then we
alternative
went to a
designs
lot of
for
other
9
stuff.
or something, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about all of that.
Well, maybe we should move on then. We have the heists thing, which last week, even though no one actually for him to watch it. So this week, only question I had after the video is why he was so eager to basically put slimes in the doors so you couldn't click them. And I was like, why did you do that? Why is that a problem? And I was like, oh wait, he's using normal doors, and it took me like 5 minutes to figure that out. So I'm thinking like, what's happening to my Minecraft skills? Like, am I so used to custom maps as iron doors that I just don't even think about opening them? I don't know. Oh well. But anyway, it's as you said, I guess. There's a nice explanation of most of the ideas. Like for example, the sonars are very actually more similar to the normal cameras than I thought. And also it kind of explains why it takes so long to update the normal cameras, like why they turn it slowly and such. So yeah, I think that's nice, pretty nice and such. I don't think there's too much more to say about that, to be honest. You just have to watch the video. I guess especially the camera projection and such is nice. Apart from that, I guess we're good. Although I think the way I saw his system, I think his camera wouldn't work for looking over stuff. I think the way he made it, cameras would basically be able to look over any wall if they're like, yeah, basically if they're just high enough. Like if the view of the camera can pass over the wall, then it will also see you behind it normally, I think. That's just the way it works. I don't know. That's what impression I got. I didn't actually ask about it, but you guys are
About-
very much giving me feedback. So
About
yeah.
those cameras cannot actually look.
Talking about the detection system, basically he used armor stand, what do you call it? Screen line casting? No,
it's
that's
more
name for
than
it.
command blocks. That means command block and armor stand.
Yes. No. He used. Oh, sorry. He used armor stand ray casting, of course, but he only used it in 2 dimensions, which I actually didn't know. So he basically just has like they're going out into a bunch of different directions, under certain angles. So at some point they collide with their floor, and at that point they stop and such, so it doesn't go too far. But yeah, as a result, it doesn't really check if in the height. It just okay. I was able to go to this point horizontally, so I'm just gonna assume that this whole thing vertically is seen, and then marks that scene. And when it like finishes entire check, then it just pastes that down to the game basically, and it uses that until it finds a new one. Oh well, that's that. Anything else to mention? I don't know. I just like looking at it. I was actually like, yeah, actually this map is really advanced. Like I never really had like problems with well. I never felt like I was really lacking stuff lacking doing the game, but I was like, yeah, actually, this game is pretty damn advanced for a Minecraft custom map. Like, there aren't that many custom maps out there which have this well polished mechanics. So shout outs to Wubbi.
A lot of custom maps are just someone made a PvP map and it's just a couple of blocks in a random world.
He also likes criticizing other people's stuff.
No, it's just I don't like PvP, but if you like PvP, that's perfect.
Oh well. So that's Wubbi's the highest explanation. I will link to that in the description. Moving on. I think I'll talk about one more video. You guys probably also have something to say about this. A lighter jetpack. Now we should probably mention the original concept. I think was made by Motherboard F or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched. Sorry. The concept was made by Mothership Q, Mothership_Q. However, I couldn't really find any video of them. I'm not even sure they had a channel. So I'm gonna link to the Zencast video about this. However, you should know that the concept wasn't by him. And also the map they show in the video is made by Merp, apparently. And it's a map he published on Planet Minecraft, and Sankarn and Selwyn's used it for their explanation.
Maybe that motherboard guy is also only on Planet Minecraft or on something else. non-YouTube
Actually, I guess I
thing.
could find it.
Just Google it or Bing it or DuckDuckGo it.
Maybe you guys want to find it for me because you guys are always very nice when it gets to descriptions and such.
No,
I
we
think-
aren't.
If you search for Motorbot, you find some other stuff.
Mothership Q. No, Mothership Q Allied.
Oh, Mothership Q. Mothership.
Yeah, I'm not really finding it.
Q
Sorry.
with just the Q or Q with as in Q.
Anyways, yeah, that's a great thing right there. Then as for what it is, well, basically they made a jetpack, so yeah, you normally fly kind of direction you're looking in for downward directions. However, if you're going upward, you lose speeds, and that's what they fixed. The concept it seems to be based on slimes. Like I didn't really get it, and Sankar didn't really get it either, so I just like put a comment in the description. Sorry, in the
I
comment
didn't
section.
get it, but just it works.
I said like
That's all I
anime.
need.
Oh, sorry. I said anyway, neat concept, though I don't fully understand why a slime managed to propel you at this speed. And Sankar says, I guess because no air resistance. Yeah, basically the way they seem to propel the player when they're going upwards seems to be by like placing a slime ride behind them. And I guess you have anti-collision in 1.9, but still this shouldn't propel them that much. So I don't fully understand, but it looks really cool. They also have like these particle effects because that way you can actually see like the path that the player took because launchers are pretty fast, in case you haven't noticed. And I just think it's really also it's a really nice showcase as well. Like it really shows some nice maneuvers and such. You guys probably watch it too. Maybe there's anything else you guys would want to say about it?
It looks a lot of fun to use.
It looks like fun. Yay. Enemy doesn't say
Yeah.
that often. Yeah. I don't know. I of course still have some videos I could talk about, but I guess you guys want to talk first, probably. No.
We talked about the witch farms. Wubbi also made another cool thing, which is the command clone interface. That it marks the box you're cloning with particles, so you can see it better, and then you can you set your upper and lower bound, and then you clone from there.
Yeah,
Quite
unfortunately
useful.
there's no explanation yet, but it's I mean, of course not using a single clone. Like basically the clone phase it's a concept, you put it in your world and using some items you can way more easily like mark a selection for cloning than say I want to clone it here and then it already shows you like the binding box. And then you can use your control book to clone it. I personally would use myself, but definitely a nice concept on his part. Maybe some people find it useful, but I would like to keep my like inventory clear in creative. However, you do need a 64 by 64. Well, basically, it only has it has a maximum range. That's one thing. Like needs the entire like the entire maximum range needs to be able to be stored at spawn. I think like 64 by 64 by 64 or
Wasn't it
128
No.
128, 128, 128?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was
But
guessing.
the area it's one it occupies for
Central
like the clone buffer is bigger than that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't fully aware of that.
A lot bigger or just a little bit bigger?
160 something, I think.
Bit bigger.
Yeah.
Oh well. So yeah. Anyway, I would like to see an explanation of it because I mean,
Didn't he explain it in video a bit?
Not as much, what I could tell. No, just an tutorial of the entire control book and everything you can do with it. I think I watched the entire video, so yeah.
Isn't it just that whenever you select something, it gets to spawn, and then he has a couple of commands?
Yeah, but like, how do you cut it to
Another-
spawn in the first place? So you have two entities. They are in both corners. So, like, I could try to, I could try something which loops through that,
the
probably,
technique
but that
he
would
uses
take
to
block by
copy
block.
to
It would take
spawn.
ages. So, yeah, like the thing is, it all seems to happen inside of one tick. So if he's using a for loop, he's basically doing like millions of iterations a tick to make sure that all happens within the same tick, which so it doesn't seem to be the case. Sorry, it does seem to be the case. So I don't think that's realistic. So or at least I don't think he's looping through all blocks. He could be looping through all columns, but then he needs a variable clone command. Like then he needs a bunch of clone commands for a bunch of different like row
Maybe
lengths. So,
I don't know if he probably didn't do it, but maybe just where he has different sizes that he can clone at once. So he can clone a 8x8x8 at once, and if it's smaller than that, he will do separate blocks.
I
I don't
guess
know.
it could use some kind of logger, like binary system where you only needs 8 by 8, where it basically only needs a bunch of cubes of different sizes.
It just moves a little.
That
How
doesn't
those
work
things are.
entirely though. You have to like it works fine with cubes, but then if you go to rectangles, you have to need some kind of advanced algorithm to select. I mean, of course, you can actually split everything up into cubes of 1 by 1 by 1 and 2 by 2 by 2 and 3, 4 by 4 by 4. But I mean, speaks for itself. You can do that because 1 by 1 by 1 makes it everything. But it would be hard to make it optimal. However, it's actually possible. I'm not entirely sure. It's not possible to use a similar system. Yeah, actually,
I don't
think
think
it's kind
that
of a smart idea.
something like that would be possible within a tick.
Well, you can do a lot of like you can just like I mean with my parameter generator I just messed around with for a bit. It was just a iterative system. You can just have it do one iteration per tick, but like one of them my compiling one of the versions I compiled just had like 20 iterations per tick, so because then doesn't have to wait till the end of the tick every time, and like you can do a
So
lot of stuff within one tick. if you
20
just do it.
iterations a tick. Do you mean you built the thing 20
Yes.
times?
That's the nice thing about CBP. You just like say do this 20 times. For loop, macro for loops basically. Yeah. Well, actually, not even macro. It's just like normal for loops, I guess.
I always think about it. Why don't you do that to make it faster? Then?
CBP.
No, making a certain contraption 2 times to make it twice as fast with the command blocks. Calculates so fast, but then never mind.
Okay, I think you were trying to make a joke, but I was trying to think, so I
No.
don't fully understand. He wasn't trying to make a joke, people. It's impossible. Okay, maybe we should just move on. Yeah. So copy and paste 2.0, and that's like. All right, moving on. I think I already talked a lot this episode, so maybe you guys should talk for a bit now.
Huh. Okay. I still have mangoes red farms.
Yay!
The lava ones.
Yes, the lava one.
High efficiency squid farming.
First question:
Hooray.
since when do they spawn in lava?
Since
Ever.
1.8.
No, they spawned before as well. I think. I'm not sure actually.
Does it make
Hashtag
any
logic.
sense? Does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I think they just test for like liquids instead of water. That's probably like the test, but yeah. If you would try to apply the logic for the real world, then it wouldn't make any sense. Yes, but it's Minecraft. Hey.
Then still,
Yay.
why the heck would you spawn something in a place where it instantly dies?
So we can farm it better.
Yeah, but you
Well,
also
yeah,
the item. No.
That's true.
Maybe someone should explain the design. Like, why doesn't the item burn?
Well, we are talking about the game that mass doesn't conservate and stays at 3/4 of a block, but you use six blocks to make it, and you get 4 in return. Whereas
Whatever.
the rest of my
And you can also
blocks,
store 3,456 chests inside of the same size.
yes.
Yes.
And you can get out of nothing
Yeah,
except
okay.
a small rotating mock-up, this skeleton thingy.
Shut
you
up,
can
Niels,
get
I want to
infinite
explain.
skeletons.
Yes.
Oh, then just say that you want to explain.
Basically, why lava is better is one. When they're in lava, they don't swim; they just fall. So they spawn in lava and they instantly start falling. They on the way down, they take lava damage, they take fire damage, and then fall damage. And because they take that damage before, they don't need to fall as fast, so they're alive for a shorter amount of time. And because they fall in any way, you can also make like a block of it instead of columns, like with the water-based lava squid farms. Lava. And you can also, like the mushroom farm, you can just scale it up to get over the mob cap. The squid mob cap is 5 or 6. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's 5.
In the video, he said 5.
Yeah, I saw a comment where it said 6, but 5 or 6. So one of them is true. It doesn't really matter that much. But maybe if you like dive around in the ocean, you might have seen it. It pack spawns and then it spawns a bunch of at once, more than 5. Usually like 4 or 5 a pack, and then like 3-4 packs. And the same behavior we can abuse if you just make like a huge spawning area.
Yeah, that happens very often in normal oceans, for example.
Yeah.
Are they abnormal
you don't see
oceans?
Only 5. You don't see only 5 squids in an ocean. You see way more because there's a lot of spawning places.
And with the bigger version Mango showed, I think it's 60,000 ink sacs an hour.
Yep.
From my knowledge, you can just make it bigger and it would scale more or less. So you could
I
do
think that
100k an hour if you
actually
wanted to, but I don't think
on
it's
the
What
other
would you use all of
things-
the squid ink for?
painted black.
Yes.
Yay.
You have
Right.
wool
And
from your spider farm, and you want to have it black, okay? But for what do you want to make a mega version of the Vrienda dragon with wool?
yes.
You need a shit ton of black glass so you can put it in your garden perimeter floor. I don't know.
Ah,
Whatever application you might want it for. It makes no sense to build a squid farm this big. Makes less sense to make like a perimeter for it or something. I don't know. And take out the perimeter because it doesn't benefit you at all. And even less if you build an ocean. So yeah. Overall,
Yay.
if you want to make a squid farm, you make the lava one because compared to the water one, it's so much faster and also not likely to get fixed soon because no one cares about squidding and you get enough either way.
fixed, removed.
And
do
it's
you,
not
you
that
mean?
hard to fix if it gets broken.
Yeah,
By
so
the way.
yeah, you can just replace the lava with water and like make columns instead of a full block, and then you will find. So overall, pretty easy and fast farm.
Yeah. Also, the tiny design that Mango showed, it processes 14,500 amps per hour, and it has a sugar cane like pattern for the lava columns.
Oh
You know
yes,
that pattern that you use for the sugarcane farms. That if you want them to be efficient in space.
And ice farms, you use that, and tons of stuff.
yeah, basically because how the lava, the flowing lava flows to the sides, so you don't need dispense
Yep.
on every block.
Yeah, and you have more space with less lava buckets, which are limited with quotes resource.
And he had. Wait, never mind.
Okay, well, I can make faster squid farms now. Reflex, we still use the ocean squid farm, but people don't
The
like it anymore for
ocean
some reason.
squid farm. Did you
It's
like?
called Looting 3 Under Pearls and MC
Oh.
Lava Space.
Oh, I thought you actually like removed the ocean and then put a squid farm in there because it would be horrible.
Well, I
That
guess it's
sounds
still to
like
move
a
water
waste.
underground, but
And
it would
that's-
probably be
that's-
better
you could
if you
use
just
Moses
start in
for
like a
that.
non-ocean area, I guess.
It sounds something like we would do just to say that we didn't because it
Yeah.
sounds so stupid.
Doesn't sound like a reflex thing, no.
it has like this kind of slime perimeter ring to it, you know.
And
Yeah.
Guardian Farm perimeter thing to it, yes.
Like Guardian farm perimeter makes kind of sense. Not a
It
lot because
doesn't.
you get enough items anyway, but whatever. So yeah, overall, I don't think there's too much to say about the squid farms.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe we should move on. There's one more video I would like to talk about on this week, which was a very short video, less than 1 minute, by Marin. TNT and carpet duplication and ghost block generators. First time I saw this, I was like, wait, we didn't see this all this time. But turns out this was from a snapshot, so okay. Anyway, how to duplicate carpets? Well, basically, sticky piston, slam block, carpet on top of it. Apparently, if you pull it back, carpet doesn't like being pulled down, but it also doesn't, it also gets stick to the slam block, so yeah, that's just how it works. You pull it down and push it back up. This carpet stays, but it generates a new item every time as if it broke. Logic. Then the TNT duplication is basically based on Redstone reorienting, but
I
basically-
wonder how they managed to like make the duplication bug in there when they didn't really change anything about carpets in the snapshot.
or TNT.
Or
Like, I don't know, did they change anything?
maybe-
But I guess it's just necessarily TNT. I guess it's just like why does stuff when being pulled down by slam blocks it gets an update? Then it's actually I'm being powered. Okay, so it does something, and then let's also like create a block which is like in what order is stuff happening there? Like is it first creating the moving block and then updating the block to also like check if something's going on? Like I mean I would say the moving block the second it gets created the other blocks should be removed, but Mojang things differently. I don't know when there should be exceptions to that, but I don't know. So basically by pulling a TNT block down while it's being powered.
Whoa,
But
Mojang, thanks.
So basically by pulling the TNT block away from a powered situation, but it didn't notice because of like redstone reorienting and stuff. It notices, but it also pulls back. So basically, you have both your prime TNT entity, which spawns because it's being powered, and then also your normal TNT block. So using that, you can create a pretty simple TNT cannon, which just doesn't need any recharging, some slime blocks and stuff. Yay! Now, if only you could make this
Hooray.
mobile, you could like put it on like some kind of giant robots, but I can't think of any way to like put power or something using slimestone, unfortunately. Oh well, so that's that video. I'm not sure if you guys have anything more to say about
That's
it.
for
I guess you watched
about.
it. Is that for me? I don't know. I'm not decided about it. Like I just mentioned the idea. Not that important.
I have one more thing, which is Nazem's explanation for his videos about portals with multiple exit portals that he made last week. And it uses the portal hash map. And it's also the reason why the cool Wither Skeleton portal farm that I talked about a while back wouldn't work because of lag. And yeah, well, it's not exactly the same thing, but it wouldn't work because of how that works. So yeah. Anyone watched it?
No, but hash map
Negative.
sounds cool. Enemy, explain what hash map is, please.
Basically, when an entity travels through the portal.
Enemy, no. It starts with hash map is a way to store data in buckets. That's how my algorithms teacher talked about them.
Anyway,
Get to the Minecrafty part, I guess.
The important behavior is every time an entity travels through portal, it will take the coordinates and divide by 8 if you're in the overworld, or the other way around. No, actually. Well, it will figure out the spot in the overworld or in the other dimension, basically. Math's hard. And
Multiplication
Marvel's
enemy?
party.
and
Math is a party.
And
not just
after
party.
30, if another entity goes through that portal or for the same in the same position, it will use the same spot that it calculated. And after 36 seconds of nothing going through, it will
reset.
It will reset and start calculating again.
You know where I already read this enemy?
Where?
Years ago on a very particular site.
The wiki.
Yes. You complain about the wiki, but actually I never knew about. Well, I never looked into it, but I remember reading it on the wiki a long time ago. And they have like this entire behavior section about nether portals. I don't know if it's accurate, but this part is accurate, then I guess. Yay. But yeah, I'll link to that section.
And how his thing in the video worked is he waited, and when going through, it recalculated, and therefore sent him in a different portal, because he had a contraption below that activated the different portals, and then sent an item through, and then he would go afterwards, and he would get to the same destination as the item would, because he was within that 36-second time frame. The reason why the Wither Skeleton farm wouldn't work is because if a Wither Skeleton spawns, it would go through the portal, and then in the second one would spawn, would go somewhere else through the portal, and it would have to calculate it all the time, because within 36 seconds, the chance in such a big farm for 2 skeletons to go through the same position in the portal, in the same portal block, basically. It doesn't check for the portal, it checks for the exact coordinates, but it doesn't care about the Y value. That's very unlikely. Of course, you could make a farm that always pushes every skeleton or through the same, or every entity, every mob through the same portal at the same position, but it would be probably not fast enough, because it would take a long time to move them over and would kind of destroy the point, and something like the Viper would be faster again. And because of the amount of calculations it does just to figure out where the mob in the overworld will end up, and so on.
So basically, enemy's farm is not possible due to poor code and complicated algorithms.
Yes.
Speaking of algorithms, let's talk about hash maps and hash sets. Are you guys in with me?
No, I don't
Actually, I think
want
what I
to
said
hear
about
your
buckets was
BS
about hash
classes.
sets.
But you have
Not
to talk,
BS, it's
because I don't know
algorithms.
stuff.
But you have BS
Hash map is a
classes.
place where you like basically store data and you try to store it in a position where you can derive where you're looking for data for of a specific type. You're like, I know I know it's gonna be there, or I know it, a lot of certainty is gonna be there, but it could actually be somewhere else, and it's faster than just index searching, basically.
Ah, exactly.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's you can talk about stuff like, oh, well, you can use linear probing and quadratic probing in case you have a collision, or you can put tombstones in spots when you don't use them anymore, just to show like, hey, maybe something did jump past this before, but we moved this element from the hash map, and after a while you have to rehash your set or your map because you will get too many tombstones and you're just wasting space, and all that kind of cool stuff. You all learn it in CS, so I'll go 38 people. It's fun, except for BS.
I don't know why, but I just like thought of you like walking around like your house and looking at a closet. I was like, I thought you don't play with anymore and you put an actual tombstone over it.
Well, it's like basically
I
let's
don't
just
know.
check
Yeah,
if
like
when I
I
placed the
just
thing
had
here, would I have
okay.
continued? And if it's empty, then it thinks, oh no, I would have put it here. So that means something must have gone wrong. It's not in the set.
I
But if I
know,
put a
but
tombstone there, it's like something may have been here before. So maybe when I put it in here, I put it beyond there because I didn't have space.
I just thought
Get
I'd
it?
share that thought because whatever.
Oh, but yeah, it's a good question. It's like if you're like looking for a parking space, that's like, oh, that you know that someone put their car somewhere, right? But then they came from left, so they went to the right side. But you're like, there's an open space here. Maybe I already missed the car. Maybe it's not in this right line. But if there's a tombstone, then you're like, ah, there was a car here. So maybe we just went past it before because we couldn't park here before. You get it?
Yes, I get it.
Amazing. I'm explaining algorithms. I don't know if it's actually practical, but that's what we were taught, at least in our theoretical course.
I'm wondering if enemy said yes to say yes
No.
and wow to stop. So yes, that's
I explain it with cars. Enemy loves cars.
Yay.
I don't.
I do.
Can you do it
Do
with
I?
bicycles as well?
Why do
Yes,
I
because
love
you're
cars?
Dutch.
When did that happen?
Yes, whatever. Let's just continue.
Apparently, WoW decides over those things now.
Well, you're German. You like cars, and then Niels is Dutch. He likes bicycles.
Well, they're awesome.
Let's just continue.
I like trains.
I also posted that today on Jasper's video, but we should really continue. So, I think we may just do studies we did this week, unless you guys have anything else to talk about. Oh, wait, I have to mention one thing. The wiki wasn't as accurate though, unfortunately, enemy. Yes, you are partially right. The wiki says about something on one spot about mobs don't have a cooldown which is as long or longer or something. Then they refer to a 30-second timer, and then another spot they mentioned refer to a 60-second timer for the player. So it's inaccurate. However, they did mention the cooldown. Yay! So it's like halfway there.
What did I do in the beginning of the week? I have no clue anymore. Oh yeah, right. I traded for glass. I don't know,
Hey.
like 3-4 days, and I made black glass out of it with like ink with a squid farm that doesn't use lava because Norwegian built it last week.
If we just replace the
And so on.
water with lava, would it be
It-
more efficient then?
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Also, ours at the moment is also inefficient because like they fall longer than they need to, but they're like it's
Yeah.
ink. We don't care that much. Like the collection isn't even working at the moment, and it's still producing enough. So
It's collecting, but then it.
The
No, it's
collection
not.
is
It's
running
not.
around at the top.
It's not even collecting. Or did you fix it?
I mean,
Last 2 days, like in the beginning, someone put hoppers there, and someone ripped it out, put a hopper minecart there or two, but like never made an unloader. It was very inconvenient because you never get like to grab stuff out of the minecart because it moves all the time.
there's even hopper minecart. There's a normal minecart.
Yeah, that was because I rolled around in it, but then I noticed that like stuff is on glass blocks and my head is not high enough to pick that up. So then I just made a slab so it can jump on top and grab it manually because I didn't need that much anyway. But yeah, and I put all that glass in the floor of the garden farm perimeter, and that's actually done. It's like nice and black, and yeah, took quite a while, but it's done.
Okay,
And
so this week.
Yeah, then. Yeah.
then towards the end of the week, I did something that like a bunch of people
Go ahead.
helped. A bunch of people helped with, which is we're building the witch farm storage finally again.
Thanks, Niels.
But
Oh, I said you helped. Never mind.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's helping.
I was doing all of the wiring stuff, and then Liz became needs to be symmetrical, and he still owes me a cookie because I won't forget.
Hey.
Okay. Raf, what do you do?
Okay, this week, towards the beginning of the week, I played a bunch of CTM.
Oh my god, you're like enemy.
Enemy, what
Good
did you
idea.
do?
I didn't do anything. He got that on his own. Like,
You
And I was playing by myself. And yeah. Then I tested a bunch with the snapshot once it was released because I had nothing better to do.
could have helped me with the floor.
yeah, there's a list.
I didn't feel like going in conspiracy.
I got 158 levels from trading for glass. Just like,
Wow.
You could
You
have
know.
prepared your tools.
can still do
Yay.
that.
Yay.
Let's go kill enemy.
Of
No,
course,
because
that
then you
took
only
a dark
get
turn.
two XP levels. That's
Whatever. Ralph, continue. Sorry.
Then I said that I would help building the thing, but I didn't help that much. And yeah. So sorry for that, and I think that we need to keep building storage for like guardian armor and such.
You do.
Yep.
What did I do on Monday? Nothing. Nothing interesting related to Minecraft. Tuesday, same. Wednesday,
Okay, so this Neil's talking about himself, as far as I
Um,
understand.
a bit. Most of the week, not a lot. At the end of the week, last day, yesterday, and so I did the beach farm stuff, and that's it.
Okay then.
hmm
So out. What did you do this week?
I worked on the Mackie montage. In fact, I think it was basically done last week. I just had to do a big quick bug fix. And I released the Mackie montage, which is basically a montage created by Python. Yay! I love Python.
Oh, you
Yay.
didn't do anything. You just
I had to write the
montage.
program and I had to do the post production editing. Like I had to add like fades and rotating Mackies and other kind of Mackies and
So
cool
you
stuff.
basically have a program and just this folder. Look at all of the video files in there. Just make a cool montage from it,
Yeah, basically.
and then it would make the montage. And but
Well,
it's
I also uploaded. Oh,
this
go ahead,
auto
sorry.
upload.
It's not- Dude, I only got like.
The function is make.cool.montage curly brackets colon.
Yes, that's of course. Actually, I don't use any function. I don't think I use any functions out of it. It's my object-oriented programming teacher would kill me. But then again, I'm not even using objects, so yeah. Yeah, I didn't link my extra video. That's stupid. Do that. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to know what like the video from the program looked like, I put 3 of those together in a bigger video with extra footage, and if you watch that, you can kind of see what it gave me and what I had to work with. But yeah, so that was Sunday, and then like Monday to Friday was like just school stuff. So it's getting a bit more busy. I'm also like trying to do some like help the first year students with their courses, but more that throughout the semester probably. I'm not, I probably won't discuss it. However, I also watched an anime review. Anyway, the Fullmetal Alchemist Brothers review of Long Awaited Spy Glass Reflection. It's more like his 2003 review was long awaited, but well, very
And-
relevant to Minecraft, of course. I know.
Well, this is still an anime podcast, so
I plan on making a video tomorrow about my spawning space counter, which is basically the very, very, very early stage of development. But yeah, I want to make a filter which basically counts spawning spaces for normal mobs like zombies and skellies. Maybe I would add an option for Enderman, but like I don't want to like check for collisions for ghasts and spiders because then you have to like look at stuff like iron rails. Oh yeah, it works, but you need to have these orientations, so you have to like look around and such, and that gets quite complicated.
Only
just
the
want to
simple
use.
stuff.
I would
what
like to
about
give 2
slime
lists.
spawning?
Slime spawning. Well, yeah, small holders. Sorry, of course. Like, but normally you'd have like a bunch of like have an area. You want to know how many spawn spaces are in there. Like, I actually initially wrote a private filter for this just because I wanted to do the research with lava piercing. However, I never really fully trusted that thing. So I'm just gonna rewrite it again. Also, I'm gonna rewrite it in a way which is a lot more efficient, so it doesn't basically get the section every time it needs block light or skylights. But basically load the section like I would work column by column. That way, I only have to load 2 sections at once at most. and it's also not too hard to do that. And yeah, anyway, I just thought that would be interesting. But whatever, you'll see. I hope I can get it done by tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see. And that's kind of like today. I was gone for most of the day. Yesterday I didn't do much. Too much. You guys would find interesting probably. Yeah, like I don't think I have much to mention, to be honest. That was my week. I am wasting time on like on important college stuff. Really important. Yeah,
I think that's it.
I think so.
Wout,
Yes.
do the outro.
Okay, this week on the voucher we don't have quotes anymore. Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy I don't have to
Yay.
look good for those anymore every week because it was kind of
Yay!
was last minute stuff.
No more
yeah.
quotes, finally.
People, your Google skills suck. Maybe because it's not Googleable, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we should talk about this week? Raf.
What?
I think
Exactly.
that's a great way to end the podcast.
Okay.
Until next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.